Dive into English. Unpacking the meaning of duck dive. Hello, dear viewers. Today, we're going to dive right into a fascinating English phrase that often pops up in both casual conversation and specific contexts: duck dive. Whether you're an avid language learner or just curious about quirky English expressions, you're in the right place. So, let's get started and unravel the layers behind this interesting phrase. Firstly, it's crucial to understand that the phrase duck dive actually originates from the world of surfing. To duck dive means to push your surfboard underwater, nose first, to dive under an oncoming wave rather than riding it. This maneuver allows surfers to avoid being swept away by the wave and to remain in control. But how did this sporting term make its way into everyday language? Well, it's not uncommon for English to adopt terms from specific areas and broaden their usage. In a figurative sense, to duck dive can mean to dodge something or to avoid a situation that seems challenging or uncomfortable. Just like a surfer evades the wave, a person might duck dive to sidestep an issue or get out of doing something they'd rather not do. It's important to note that when used metaphorically, it doesn't always have a negative connotation. It might simply refer to the skillful avoidance of an obstacle in one's path. You might hear someone say, "I had to duck dive out of that awkward conversation at the party." In this scenario, the speaker is using the phrase to express that they avoided an uncomfortable social situation, just as a surfer would navigate past a wave. Another example could be, "She managed to duck dive the extra work her boss was handing out before the weekend." Here, the phrase suggests the person skillfully avoided additional responsibilities. When teaching or learning the phrase duck dive, it's also valuable to understand its nuances. For instance, it's not typically used to describe avoidance out of fear or cowardice. Instead, it's often used for avoiding something unnecessary or inconvenient, doing so with a bit of finesse or tactical thinking. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the phrase duck dive. Whether on the waves or in conversation, this phrase captures the art of strategic avoidance. We hope you found this exploration both informative and enjoyable. Remember, language learning is an ocean of expressions waiting for you to dive in. Until our next lesson, keep practicing and surf the waves of English with confidence.